Sunil Bharti Mittal by Bharti Infratel, which has decided to merge Indus Towers. Let's get in Nitin Soni of Fitch Ratings, who joins us on the phone line to talk about this. Nitin, good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. Not on unanticipated lines, but what's your initial reaction to this? Because across the board, when we speak to people, they say that while this has limited synergies, it does complete the pan-India footprint for the business.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. I think this was on expected lines. I think the plan is to have more private equity investors in Bharti Infratel, and Bharti Infratel eventually buying out the Vodafone and Idea stake in Indus Towers and eventually merge Infratel and Indus together as one entity, which will clearly create the largest tower company in the world. And it will also create a lot of economies of scale and synergies for these two entities, especially the savings from the dividend distribution tax, which is a leakage to the government right now. That will be plugged if they merge together. Overall, we believe that there is a lot of growth still to happen in this space in the industry, as that Jio has and requires at least 200,000 towers in the market to offer its networks. So the minimum requirement of towers increases now to 200,000 for all the incumbents. And as we go along, and that there are frequent call drops, and the data traffic is growing phenomenally well now. So we need to continue to add more towers in the industry to decongest the network, to address this significant growth in the data traffic. And a couple of years down the line, when the telcos start rolling out the 5G networks, they will have to further invest in the towers and 5G equipments.
Interesting. Nitin, hold that thought, because I have one more question for you, but I'm told Mahesh Uppal, telecom analyst and director of consultancy firm ComFirst, also joins us on the show. Mahesh, good having you. What do you make of this deal? Not on unexpected lines, as Nitin was saying as well.
Yes, I broadly agree with Nitin. I think it was on expected lines. There is no doubt that this is very much in line with the kind of consolidation we are seeing in the sector. And however, the tower business, despite the fact that we need over an estimated 2 lakh towers, is still struggling in many different ways. The consolidation has also had a major impact on the tenancies of these towers. Earlier, when you had close to 10 players in the market, several towers had a larger number of tenants than they do now. So this is we will have to wait and see how this goes. But I think consolidation is on expected lines, and the deal is on expected lines.
Okay. Nitin, this brings one to the question of what it would mean for both of these firms individually as well. And Airtel, from a shareholder's perspective or an equity watcher's perspective, was expected to post a loss, has managed to post a minor profit, but that's only, semantics, really. This deal helps them eventually go out and shed some more debt as well. How important from an Airtel perspective is this one?
See, I don't think it is going to affect Airtel in any significant way, because we are not expecting Airtel to get any cash out of this deal. I think the cash, which will probably come from the private equity investors in Infratel, will go out to buy the stake in Indus. So we are not expecting even a cash injection by Bharti in Infratel to increase the stake. On the contrary, they have been selling the stake in Infratel gradually, and now they are around 53%. And I think last year they created a separate structure for this company, merging it into an Airtel infrastructure with a view to eventually dilute their stake to a minority. So I don't think it will affect Bharti's rating, which is a BBB minus stable outlook right now. But I think from a tower entity point of view, it will create a truly independent tower company. So at the moment, maybe, Reliance Jio or Voda Idea could be, not Voda Idea, but specifically Reliance Jio could be reluctant to have large leases with Infratel or Indus, given they are owned by Bharti, Voda and Idea and other private equity partners. But after this change in structure, it will truly become independent, and it could attract a large number of leases from Reliance Jio going forward.
Okay, Nitin, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for taking the time out and speaking with us. Mahesh Uppal, your final thoughts really? I mean, I take on board the point that this doesn't materially move the needle too much for Airtel. But hey, they are going to now find potential suitors for the same as well. They are going to consider the stake sale in Indus post the merger too. Anything at all?
Yeah, I think it adds to the efficiencies of this sector, but I think we should not be we should not forget that both the tower business as well as the wireless business are facing tremendous challenges in the market, and we must temper our views of the tower market based on these things.
Appreciate, gentlemen, for joining us this early in the morning. I'm sure we'll dissect this one in greater detail during the course of the day.